If you love reading or just prefer to listen, welcome to John Smeaton's Regular Reads.
Time for another of our short stories from Disney's 365 Stories. From Beauty and the Beast, The Perfect Pearl. Belle and Chip were in the library. "My library is your library," the Beast had told her. "Read and enjoy any book you find." Belle took him at his word. She spent hours there, reading book after book. To her, books were priceless treasures, and she looked after them. One morning, Belle noticed the Beast had left the only book he ever read lying open on the arm of his chair. She picked it up and turned it over. Although the leather cover was worn, it was a beautiful volume with a decorative brass clasp containing 3 pearls. "Chip, look," she said to the enchanted cup, pointing at the clasp. There was an empty hole where a 4th pearl should have been. They looked around the floor nearby in case it had fallen out. "I found something," called Chip. There, by the library door, was a single, perfect pearl. "Let's see if it fits," Belle suggested. She dropped the pearl into the empty hole in the clasp. "Just right," said Chip. "I have an idea," Belle said. "As this book is your master's favourite, I'll fix it up for him." "Then you can surprise him," Chip cried. Belle nodded. She was happy to do something nice for the Beast. She borrowed some polish from Mrs. Potts to clean the leather cover. Then she put the book back on the Beast's chair so that he wouldn't miss it. But when the Beast came into the library, he didn't pick it up. He seemed to be looking for something. "Can I help?" Belle asked. "No!" he bellowed. No, excuse me." And without another word, he left the room. That afternoon, Belle smoothed out the crumpled pages and polished the brass clasp. That evening, she passed the Beast in the hall. Belle smiled at him, but he simply snapped, "Good night," and hurried on by. The next morning, Belle was about to add the pearl to the clasp when the Beast burst through the door. "You!" he cried. "I've been looking for that pearl." "Well, why didn't you say so?" Belle shouted, tossing the pearl onto the table. "I've been fixing up your book as a surprise." The Beast looked at the book. Then he picked up the pearl and began to laugh. "I've been working on something for you too," he said, holding up an antique pin. "I wanted you to have it, but first I had something to add." He placed the pearl on the pin, and it fitted perfectly. "I removed the pearl, but dropped it. I'm sorry I blamed you," said the Beast. Now it was Belle's turn to laugh. They still had so much to learn about one another.
Thanks for tuning in. You've been a part of John Smeaton's Regular